The winter air inside ZPF headquarters in Harare carries a distinct, sharp chill, but inside the 10th floor politburo boardroom, the atmosphere is suffocating dense. The ghost of November 2017. Why 2017 is haunting the 2030 project. Subscribe or like on the bell icon. Tune down the news of Samdonira GT. It is the first Sunday of June 2026, and you are reading the fourth installment of the Sunday Political Read, a weekly deep dive designed to strip away the manufactured theater of Zimbabwean politics and expose the raw mechanics of power underneath. On the surface, the current agenda reads like a routine bureaucratic exercise. Provincial reports, agricultural updates, and structural audits. Yet every veteran politician in the room knows that the real discussion is happening in the unsaid, in the heavy glances exchanged across the mahogany table, and in the deliberate, tense posture of the men occupy the party's apex. Floating above the throne of presentation is a single polarizing number 2030, the 2030 project, the concerted, highly orchestrated campaign by loyalists to extend President Mnangagwa's political dominance beyond the two-term constitutional limit expiring in 2028 hangs over the room like an uninvited guest. This is no ordinary succession tiff, nor is it merely another chapter in the well-worn playbook of ZANU-PF fractionalism. What is unfolding within the Revolutionary Party is an existential contest over the very character of the Zimbabwean state. It is fundamental struggle between constitutional power and security power, between formal legal authority and liberation era legacy, and between civilian bureaucratic control and the raw military foundations that birthed the Second Republic. Nearly a decade after tanks rolled into the streets of Harare to depose Robert Mugabe, the architectural contradictions of that dramatic intervention have returned to demand a final destabilizing settlement. To grasp the stakes of 2030 project, one must return to the origin story of the Second Republic, when Shakespeare wrote that what's past is prologue. In The Tempest, he was not suggesting that history merely repeats itself. Instead, he meant that past events establish the essential conditions, alliances, rivalries, and unwritten contrasts that dictate the present. The past is the opening act of a drama. It writes the script that the actors are forced to perform today. In Zimbabwe, the battle over the proposed Constitutional Amendment Number 3 cannot be understood in isolation from November 2017. Operation Restore Legacy was not just a regime change sequence, it was a profoundly delicate elite beginning. Doma developments are kuda pangwa enoi. In the comment section, meduza fura enyo kudi pamso bichitwechi. So subscribe or like, hit on the bell icon.